Hi, I'm Justin. Welcome back to the game room. I'm not in the game room again. It's not quite, the new game room's not quite set up and I don't want to go in there while it's a mess. So we're here in the lounge room and I've got a video on in the background. I wonder if any people watching know who this person is or what this might be about. So yeah, I'll tell you at the end of the video and then see if you guess correctly. Okay, I'm going to start off with something really quite exciting to me. I was down the mountain in Helensvale at the shops. I spied a CEX store. I didn't even know we had them in Australia. The person who was at the register said that this one had been open for around 6 months and it hasn't popped up on my radar for that time. So around 6 months it's been in the Helensvale store, and I saw that there's another one in Queensland as well. I think it's in Queensland. But yeah, so surprised to see them and so happy that there's one that is close to me, because EB Games just do not stock any type of old games anymore. They're just getting rid of them and they've pretty much got Xbox One, PS4, Switch onwards. CEX seems to be eBay prices or below, which is just so good, because if I can snag a few things that are the price that it would be without postage, as in the price of eBay items without postage, then that's so good. Duke Nukem Forever on the Xbox 360 is the first one I've got. I've had this game before, but I sold it once I'd played through it and then thought I'd get it back at a good price later on down the track, and here it is. $3, which it goes for around $6 on eBay. So for essentially half price of what you can get it for its cheapest price online, that is really good. Yeah, I won't rehash too much about it, but it's considered a really bad game. I enjoyed the gameplay. There's certainly parts of it that I don't like, but if you go into this one expecting an early 2000s style PC 3D shooter, then I don't understand why you wouldn't find this one to have some type of redeeming features. I know there's a lot of cringeworthy stuff in there and a lot of stuff that is not politically correct, and I understand that you may be upset about some of the things in there, but if you go into it expecting that you're going to get basically an early 2000s game and gameplay with nicer graphics, then it actually is a lot of fun. Definitely not one for kids, definitely an adult style adventure there. Here's one that's been on my want list for a long time. It's Clive Barker's Jericho. $10 is about the price that it goes for on eBay. I wasn't sure if it went for that or a little bit less, but it seems to go for around $10. Mine is an ex-rental. I guess I could have looked in the case because it would have shown me straight away, but I didn't. So this is a Civic Video Waterford copy, which isn't too far away from here. Cover stuck in with the $10 fee. This is kind of end of an era stuff as well. It's kind of has its charm of the old world, which you don't see very often anymore. So I wish it still had its little how much it was per week on there, because that's on the inside of the cover itself. I didn't realise that. So it is a beat up old copy, but yeah, I don't know, I like them. I don't mind them like that. Painkiller Resurrection, $1 for a PC game. I was hoping that it would have better reviews than it did, but when I got it home I saw that it has terrible reviews. So with that being said, I don't think I'll be holding on to it. I think that's one that if it's not going to be too fun to play, then it can go out the door pretty quickly. Doesn't seem to sell for much, but should be able to make a couple of dollars on that one. So yeah, very excited about having a CEX there. They have a game that I want, and we'll see. It might pop up in a future video. I need to find some stuff to kind of trade I don't want to spend real money on it, but I'll see if I can get it and show it at some point. At a local op shop, I found a couple of PC games. Unfortunately, they're going up in price, it seems, around a lot of the op shops and things. Anything games is going up, so $6 is a bit rough for a Warcraft. But it did come with the thick manual, and it came with this, which is no good to me, World of Warcraft Trial Edition for World of Warcraft, which is online, so don't really care about that. But for Warcraft 3, which I can play on my vintage now PC, I'll give it a go, and if it's no good, I'll sell it off. I'm pretty sure this is a real-time role-playing game, where you've got the bird's eye view happening. I have not played any Warcraft stuff, so it'd be fun to jump into that. Another one that is a bird's eye view, top-down style, an action role-playing game, I think, is Diablo 2. Again, $6. But the thing that pushed me over the line to grab this one from the op shop for $6, even though I have a version of Diablo 2 already, was that it came with its manual. It came with its 3 discs. And then it came with an expansion pack for Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, with its little manual. And it came with Diablo 1. So all that for $6 wasn't too bad. Yeah, at 2000, I think this was released in the year 2000, as in the second Diablo. I haven't played any Diablo games, but from what I hear, they're really good top-down role-playing style action games or dungeon crawlers. So looking forward to giving that one a go at some stage. This was something that I was really excited about. This is Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise. eBay now, when you're selling, do not want you to use they don't allow you to use a PayPal account anymore. So to switch over my details so that eBay pays me directly into my bank account, they were offering $20 gift vouchers if you changed your details, which basically you have no choice but to change them anyway. But they're just hoping to keep their customer base going, so it must be worth it to them to do that type of thing. So with a $20 gift voucher for basically nothing, and this one on sale at EB Games, I was able to find this one on eBay through the EB Games store for $28 new, which meant that I got it delivered to my door for $8, which is a bargain. So, Deadly Premonition, the reason I got it on Switch is because you just can't get it on. It's not on any other console. They didn't release it on any other console. Which the original Deadly Premonition I have on the Xbox 360, and I really liked it. I'd never played a game like it, and I normally don't enjoy such a mix and weird type of strange, such a strange game. Check out Deadly Premonition reviews on YouTube and things like that. The graphics are terrible, but it is a fantastic game. But not for everyone. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. The thing that really pushed me over the edge to try it the first time was I read a Destructoid review online. So if you type in Deadly Premonition Destructoid review and read through that one, and then you'll see if you like that one or not. So this says right on the back, the cult classic mystery thriller returns. They got no idea how to promote the thing either. Because really the first one has survival horror elements. It has a little bit of like role play elements. It has you go driving in it. You go and investigate at different places, but you're also watching a lot of story pan out. It's really, really interesting. go and check it out, and I'm hoping that the second one is somewhere near as good as the first. I don't expect it to be as good as the first, but if it can get somewhere near it, then I'd be happy. In the first one, they don't even explain very well what's going on, what the game mechanics are and things like that. I totally missed in the first game a side mission to be able to fast travel. So I had to drive around the entire game, which is very tedious, but somehow fun. I don't know. It's really strange. But yeah, I missed that and just put up with the driving and didn't hate it. And the other thing is, in the first game, you play as this FBI agent. But anyway, the main character, for me, every scene he was in, he'd have all these like little bugs flying around him, and I never knew why. And I just thought it was part of the story, that like as things progressed in the game, that things would be strange, would be happening, and there's things following, and maybe it's like an aura. And no, it turns out that I didn't tell him to get himself in the shower and have a wash in the first one, which you're supposed to do to keep his hygiene up. And I didn't know, because they don't teach you it. So I went around the whole game with flies buzzing around my character, because he was always dirty. So just things like that kind of are bizarre, but add to the charm of it, I think. Okay. I am serious about downsizing my collection to fit in a nice, neat way in this new game room, and not have things where it's too busy and I can't enjoy it, or I can't get around to things, or I can't find things, or it's just too much. So some things have to change, and one sale that I made, I had a Nintendo 64 console box, styrofoam, with the instructions, like as in the paperwork. I kept I had the console, but I just wanted to sell off the boxes and things. And a Super Nintendo one, same type of thing, no styrofoam, no paperwork in that one. I made a local trade, and I originally put it up for $80 or trade, which $80 is a good price. It's basically what you would pay on eBay minus the postage, because the postage on boxes, especially that side, is killer. So for those two items, you're normally talking around, the 150 mark, maybe, and then maybe a little bit less. But then with postage taken away, I thought, I want somebody to get a good deal if I can get it local. I get a heap of interest off of these. And because I was selling on my wife's Facebook account, she was over it. She said, just get this stuff out. But I was in trade mode with a local collector, and he might even be watching. And hello if you are. We made a trade for some of the stuff that he had in his collection, and he'd been picking up some stuff to kind of sell off and do the same type of things as I had. And then I got something from his own personal collection. So for those two boxes, which I priced out to be around $80, I got Battlefield 1, which is super beat up cover. The disc is in okay condition, but this is such a cheap game. But looking forward to giving the single player a go on that. Halo Wars, which comes in an X-rental case. And same thing, cover stuck down. This is a Blockbuster, an ex-Blockbuster rental from Mermaid Waters. So yeah, I like that. It's something that I enjoy getting these ones, especially if they have the little how much per week sticker, because there's something that you're just not going to see very soon. These things are drying up. You don't see as many X rentals as you used to. So I like having that. That is a real-time strategy, as far as I know, real-time strategy game based in the Halo universe. I've had that one before. I sold it off when I first got it. I got it with the Xbox 360 that when I first bought it, and sold it and thought I'll get it later at a good price, and there it is. Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell Double Agent. These games were really good on the 360. The other one that I have, which I can't recall the name of, I can't remember. Can't remember what the other one was called, but it was a lot of fun. These are stealth games, stealth action games, and super cheap. Great fun to pick up if you're just looking for something to play through. That's kind of like where I would expect the siphon filters of old to end up. That's really what it reminds me of, the old siphon filters that you used to get on the original PlayStation. I reckon that's like the evolution of those. And I got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which I did not have. Another pretty cheap type of release, but this one is nice and clean, and I'm really happy to have that one. The Xbox wouldn't be what it is without having had Halo on their machine. Yeah, I think it's as simple as that. So to get this one with its updated graphics, and you can apparently switch back with the graphics back and forward, it's a bit exciting. Sorry about the snoring. My big horse of a dog is over there on his bed, and he's snoring away. It sounds like I'm in here with a cabin going with a bear in the room, but no, it's just a dog. And the big ticket item that came with the swap, the big one that excited me about the swap, was this Aliens vs Predator 2 big box PC game from 2001. There are a lot of Aliens vs Predator games out there, and they all have very similar names. This is the 2001 version. I have the number one game on the PC. It is only in like a dual case, a CD case type of release. But they are creeping up in price. And then this one, I'm not sure how much this is worth. There isn't really the sold listings to be able to check. There's ones that, people try and sell for lots of money, but then they haven't been selling. So who knows? Don't know how much this is worth. But to me, this is the type of stuff that excites me. I love the fact that I was able to swap two really big items and get some really cool small items, which would suit me better. And hopefully the two big items suit the local collector better than having just these little ones around. So a really worthwhile swap, I think. I was really happy with this. So it's got the nice embossed cover on it, where these guys are sticking out of the cover. It's a gatefold PC game, which I don't have many, if any others. I'm not sure if I have any others, but yeah, it's a gatefold where it's got the nice artwork in the middle and then on the back. And then when you open them up, really by the year 2000, the big box PC games were generally not coming with as much as the old classics. So in here we have the manual, the warranty card, so I can send that away and make sure that my game's under warranty. I'll send that one off tomorrow. The manual, which is in really nice condition, and then dual case with a bit of advertising on the back for No One Lives Forever, which is apparently an amazing game as well. I should grab that one at some point. But this is really clean, really nice condition. It's looking really good. So the fact that I already have the first and now I have the second, although the first one isn't in a big box, this will go really nicely with my modest big box collection. Yeah, I'm just really, really happy about that one. Oh, my video's gone. I'll have to try and bring that back to tell you who that was at the end. Now we're getting down to the final stuff. Went to the op shop, found this one for $15. It only came with the power cord, and that was it. So it was a big risk. Well, as in big risk on quality. The price wasn't much to risk. $15 is not too much to risk when it comes to a console. Doesn't work. plugged it in, black screen, not getting anywhere. Managed to get to a menu to see if I can kind of boot it back to its original settings, but I don't have a controller for PlayStation. I don't buy them, I don't collect for them. I thought this one would be cool. I might pick up some exclusive titles, but it's not working. So this is the second PlayStation 3 console I've owned. The second one that doesn't work. I'm not sure if that's something that you are bound to get with the PlayStation releases, but it's just how it is. Take a risk and it doesn't always pay off. Might be able to get it running. What I might try and do is get a controller and then see if I can kind of patch my way to a working console from there. We'll see how we go. That's a project for another time. I've got to build up some money before I start spending on spares and things like that. Right, the last gaming item that I had was from an op shop, and this is the type of reasons why I love going to op shops. I was able to get a PC game for $2, which is Broken Sword: The Shadow of the Templars. The very first Broken Sword game. This game is so good. It's one of the best point and click games ever made, in my opinion, and Broken Sword just has some of the best. I've played through number 1, number 2 and number 5 so far, and they're just so good. I love that type of point and click adventure where you don't get into situations where you can't progress. You don't get into situations where you die and then have to backtrack. Every part of the game you can continue on. You need to solve the puzzles to be able to do that. So when you get stuck, you can look up a way to fix yourself from any mess, which is really cool. So $2, I was stoked to get that. Not an expensive game. I'm talking around $10 online, but this one is sure to go up. You can mark my words on that one. In Australia, this PC game will go up in value, and that's not the reason why I have it, but I like that I got it cheap. I like grabbing these cheap games, getting them, and having it to play. Right, a few music pickups that I'll show at the end. I haven't been showing many music pickups, so if you're just here for the games, then time to switch off. I've got a couple of Paul Kelly CDs, which I don't think he is hugely known overseas, but very famous in Australia. Paul Kelly is so good. So I've got Paul Kelly and the Coloured Girls Gossip and Paul Kelly and the Messengers, So Much Water, So Close to Home. That is probably one of my favourite, if not my favourite, Paul Kelly song, Everything's Turning to White, which has the lyrics, So Much Water, So Close to Home. Everything's Turning to White is based off a story. So it is a story that is based in Jindabyne in Australia. I think that's up near the Snowy Mountains. It's one that is worth looking into for the song and the story as well. I haven't read the story, but I have seen the movie, and I have read a synopsis of the story, and it's an interesting type of tale. And then to know the kind of the background while you're listening to the song just makes it one of those ones that's really powerful. If you don't know Paul Kelly and you're looking for somewhere to start or wondering what his stuff might be like, check out Dumb Things. Paul Kelly, Dumb Things is one of his most famous and a really good one. Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. What a weird band, what a weird CD. Yeah, I was really happy to find this one. Has some of those classics on it, like Psycho Killer, Burning Down the House, Take Me to the River. Yeah, it's a classic, and I have not seen the movie. I should, but I haven't. Paul Dempsey, another Australian solo artist. Everything is True. Yeah, really good. Ramona Was a Waitress. If you're looking for somewhere to start with Paul Dempsey, this CD is just a really mellow one. really fun to put on when there's not much going on to relax to. Yossi Yindi, Tribal Voice, Indigenous band, but I reckon I've only heard Treaty from this one, so I'm excited about getting this one and listening to a little bit more of that release. Certainly like Treaty, which it used to be on TV all the time, and I used to always think that as a kid, that they were singing about a tree in the air, and then to learn that it was about an Indigenous treaty, I just thought it was this flippant song, and no, it's got a really powerful story behind it. So yeah, interesting. It'll be interesting to listen to with adult ears. Couldn't leave this one behind at the op shop. Styx Paradise. This one was $4. It's a gatefold LP, and not sure how much that's kind of worth. I've already got it. That's why I'm saying I couldn't leave it behind. I already have it, and I think I'll just sell that one on. There's a place that does give some money for LPs, so I'll take it down there and see if I can pop it in. Poco, Head Over Heels. Now that is, I believe it's an American country rock. Thought it might be something that I might be interested in while I was there, and it's not really something that I think I'll hold on to. So it's up on eBay at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be selling. It's along with Stars Paradise, which this one is an Australian country rock group, and this one is a little bit more on the uncommon side. So I'm hoping that I might be able to get some money for that one, because I've listened to it and it's, again, not really something for me. And then Monty Python, Matching Tie and Handkerchief, which is a really interesting LP. First of all, apparently it came with a tie and a handkerchief when it was first released, which kind of confused a lot of people in the first place, as Monty Python tends to try and confuse people as much as they can. But this one has a side one and it says good. It looks like it's been scribbled with pen, but it's the actual like writing that's on there. And then it has side 2 and it says bad. Side 1 just plays through normally, and then side 2 has a double groove. So depending on where you start, if you just push start on the record player, then it should land in the same spot and play the same track each time. But if you get your stylus and you drop it on a different part, then it can actually go into the second groove and will play something completely different. So apparently sometimes this is called a 3-track album, because it's got the first one and then it's got 2 different ones on the side 2. Really interesting, and I bet you there's a whole bunch of people who had this one who never ever realized that there was more to their vinyl than when they hit play, that they could skip over and find all these extra bits and pieces. So this type of stuff, I love this type of stuff. This is really interesting, and I was so stoked to be able to get this one for $4. Yeah, it's just one of those rare finds, and it's not worth a great deal. Like, you can go out and buy it, but it's the fact that I found this and then I read up on it, and it's got all these interesting little facts. It's one of the things that I love about doing these collections, and it's one of the things that I love about record collecting as well. I don't have much of an interest in gaining many more records, to be honest. Just the ones that I find here and there, and to find them here and there and for next to nothing is the fun of it. I've got all these things there that I can chuck them on and listen to, and they cost bugger all, and but they got really interesting kind of little stories and intricacies behind it. Okay, so for those of you who are still with me, this is Sam Lake.
Hey, all you Max Payne fans out there, it's James McCaffrey. I just wanted to take a moment to say happy 20th birthday to Max Payne.
Congrats to the whole original team involved in creating it.